You think with the hood or without? Sorry, I'll be with you in just a moment. Do you reckon with? No? Without? Yeah, it is a bit better. I do apologise. Yeah, it does make me look a bit like the Emperor, doesn't it, from Star Wars? You know, I just do it for you. People like this impression. Welcome to the dark side. There you go. Just a quick impression. That's the Emperor from Star Wars for those who don't watch the film. Anyway, so hello, welcome to another episode of Ask God. It's very nice to be. I do trust that you're all well. Before we start, I just do have a message from our logistics chaps, basically. They've been rather busy at the minute, so I'll just read it to you. It says, we thank you for your patience at this time. We're rather overwhelmed with the orders regarding the Pass It On campaign. If you haven't received your parchment, please don't worry, as it will be with you soonest. And so, there we go. So yes, they are rather busy at the moment, logistics. Basically, we've got this campaign, it's called Pass It On. And you receive a blessing, and you also receive this rather luxury certificate of authenticity, which says basically, I didn't get stressed, I got blessed. So consequently, because of this, it's taken on rather well. You pass the blessing on to others because you've been blessed, and then but you keep the parchment basically. So that's rather good. Anyway, our first question today is from Ernest Thatch of Bournemouth. He asks, what? I'll read it. It doesn't sound right. He says, if you can't see it, does it exist? See what? I don't know, Ernest. What are you trying to look at? Well, I'm not sure. I can't tell. Omniscience isn't telling me anything either. No, do you know? No. Well, I think ask Janice to send it through. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, and I'll move to the next question. So whilst we're sorting that out, Michelle Mabel, wasn't that a song? I'm sure it's a song from the Beatles. You know, Michelle Mabel, that French-sounding thing. I'm sure it was. Anyway, Michelle asks, do we live in a matrix-like consciousness? Well, Michelle, no, not really. You sort of, you exist as you are in your own reality. There's nothing hidden there or anything like that. However, there will be a grand unveiling, which is alluded to by the word apocalypse. It means to lift the veil, and many people, don't they? Many people have great unveilings or awakenings. Even in the Bible, in the New Testament, it says, awake who sleeper. And also in Hinduism, people have awakenings and enlightenment. Buddha, good old Siddhartha, he had a rather big one, didn't he? And then we've also got Zen. Zen are often trying to wake up people either by hitting them in some schools, or just by encouraging them to think and ponder over things. Really? So yes, there is awakenings as such, and there's a big link between that and quantum physics, because certain things seem to only exist at a vibrational level. But if that was purely the case, then I wouldn't be able to knock on the wall there, would I? So there we go. So anyway, we got Ernest's question back in now. I do apologise about the dogs. We're looking after some huskies at the minute. They sort of help Santa near Christmas time with them. Again, logistics really. It's been on a bit of a theme at the minute. So the huskies are in the background there, as you can probably hear. Anyway, moving on. So Ernest, he says, if I can't see colour, does it still exist? Of course it exists. Just because you can't see something doesn't mean it doesn't exist, does it? No, it doesn't. So, in short, Ernest, everything that you perceive exists, even if someone tells you about it and you haven't seen it. It's a bit like, again, that Zen thing, isn't it? Where if a tree falls in the woods, can you still hear it? Well, of course you can. Well, of course you can. Sorry. But it still makes a noise. Why wouldn't it? Am I missing something? No, I'm not missing. So if a tree falls down and makes noise anyway, it's going to make a noise. Just because you can't see it or hear it doesn't mean it's not going to make a noise. I am right. Well, I know I'm right. Enough. I'll explain it later. So anyway, it's like, there might be a statue somewhere that you've heard of, but you've never seen it. But just because you haven't seen it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Anyway, so there you go. Next then, so Soilia Piffin of Torquay asks, if I have two buttons but place one in each hand, would it be two buttons in two hands or one button in either hand? Why is she asking me that? That's all. I think it's a bit of a curious question, that's all. I don't know. Anyway, no, so you would have one button in each hand, so it's just two buttons, one in each hand. No, it wouldn't be four buttons. You're saying two buttons in two hands. That infers it would be four buttons, doesn't it? No, you'd have one button in each hand. It's the best way to describe it, basically, Soilia. What? I'll explain to you later. I'll go through that Piaget thing again with you, with the cars in the garages. Yes, all the cars are in there, all the good. I'll explain it to them later. Anyway, so Marcus absent. You don't get it. Mark as absent. Anyway, Marcus, if that is your name. He asks, well, I'll read it out word for word. It's rather complicated. Otherwise might lose you. So Marcus says, I've recently heard about the conscious competence model. Oh, one moment. My throat's a little dry. I apologise. Oh, that is rather nice. We just changed the brand of coffee we're using here in the canteen. And it's rather delicious. I think we'll be getting more of that. Yeah, okay. Yes, well, we can't brand, but just say that it might cost a lot. Okay, there we go. Oh, right. So Marcus. So he's heard about the conscious competence model. It states that one is unconsciously incompetent, then consciously incompetent, consciously competent, and then unconsciously competent. And Marcus is worried, as he's been told in his job, that he's been told that he's incompetent. So he wants to know, is he unconsciously incompetent or consciously incompetent, even though he feels that he's consciously competent in his job? Well, Marcus, I do feel that maybe you're overthinking this. If you're that incompetent, they would have fired you by now. So you're obviously quite competent at your job, even though you might be unconsciously incompetent. Even if you were made aware of your incompetence, then you'd be conscious of it, so you'd be consciously competent. What? I've lost you, anyway. That's a surprise. I'll explain to you later. Anyway, so our next question, when it comes through from Janice. I can't find it. Ask Janice to send through the question, please, my love. Thank you. No, we've had Misha, Mabel, Soilia, Pippin, Marcus, Izzy's gone as well. Can I have it quickly, please? Thank you. So here we go. So Cecilia Botang asks, what do you do all day? Well, wake up, have a cup of coffee, and then do a spot of cleaning, do the ironing and washing and stuff like that, laundry, a bit of hoovering, make sure the place is all tidy. Nip down to the main office. It's a bit like a call centre with all the prayers and questions and things coming in and things like that. Then I have a bit of a natter with people myself, go on the phones, and take escalated complaints sometimes. But really rather get it sorted out for them and normally all right after that. And then there's the washing up. Don't know what's coming this way. Because you never help with the drying up, do you? I always ask them, I say to them, I'm going to do the washing up now for the plates and cutlery and things like that. And then, strangely, each time I'm doing the washing up, it's, I just need the toilet, and then they don't appear for about 20 minutes. Yes, you do. You always go away. You're like, I don't know, you're curling your eyelashes or something like that. You do. You've never done it. You haven't done it once yet. I asked them very nicely, but I lead by example, so I just do it anyway and forgive them, Or cleanse their souls, as it's now called soul cleansing. I don't know if you saw the other episode, and we explained that we rebranded forgiveness. I'm going to start it. Anyway, look, you need to start helping with the washing up and chores around Bliss, Well, I know I can do it all myself, but that's not the point, is it? You're supposed to be helpful. I'm so sorry. I'll do it over. Anyway, so basically, that's what I do. A lot of cleaning up after people and answering prayers and stuff like that, really. Next, Herbert Nutter. Funny name. Yeah, I think it's right. I don't know if it's his real name or not, though. So Herbert Nutter of Upper Beeding asks, do you, that's me, of course, Do you know of any good jokes? Well, Herbert, yes, I know a few. Well, some people don't think they're very funny. Do you know any jokes? Any decent ones? I don't know. When is tennis mentioned in the Bible? I didn't know it was mentioned in the Bible. When Joseph served in Pharaoh's court. When Joseph served in Pharaoh's court. Rather poor, wasn't it? Me. Right. Okay. So I don't know. This Higgs boson thing goes into a church, and the vicar says to him, "You can't come in here." And the Higgs boson says, "Yes, I can. I must." And the vicar says, "No, you can't come in. You're not allowed in." And Higgs boson says, "Oh well, I beg to differ, sir, because without me you can't have mass." And that one always makes me laugh. You don't get it? Sure. Anyway, so I don't know. I'm trying to think of another. Can you think of any more jokes? Oh, the monk one. They like the monk one. I'll do that for you. So there's this chap who joins a monastery, basically, and he takes a vow of silence, and he gets a chance to say 2 words once a year. And so the first year passes, and he comes around, and he's before the friar and his brothers, and the friar says to him, "What are your 2 words you'd like to say?" And the chap says, "Too cold." And so they give him a blanket and send him on his way rejoicing. And so the second year comes around, and the chap's given a chance to say 2 words again. He's before the friar and the brothers. The friar asks him, "What 2 words would you like to say?" And so this chap says, "Bad food." So they all right, do better with the food, basically. And so he goes away, and then the third year comes, and the chap comes back, and the friar and the brothers are before him, and the friar says to him, "So what 2 words would you like to say?" And the chap says, "I quit." And the friar says to him, "Well, frankly, I'm not surprised. You're a complainer." And no, you didn't like that. I thought you liked that. I thought they asked me to do it. Well, why aren't you laughing? Well, there's the one about Jerusalem. Yeah, I'll do the Jerusalem one. Can be popular. All depends what audience I have. So there's this chap and his wife. They go over to Jerusalem on holiday, and she's always nagging at him. "Have you got the passport? Have you done this? Have you done that? Don't forget to do so and so." And always nagging at him. But on this holiday, unfortunately, she dies, and so the husband has to go to the Undertaker, and he says to the Undertaker, "Look, I want to ship my wife home and get her buried." But the Undertaker says to him very kindly, he says, "Well, it'll cost you £45,000 to send her home and get her buried, but I can do it for you here in Jerusalem for £500. And the chap says, "Oh, nah." He says, no, I'm going to take her home, ship her home, and get her buried over there." And so the Undertaker's rather curious. He says, "But it only costs you £500 to get her buried here." And the husband says, well, basically, he says, "The last time I heard of someone being buried in Jerusalem, they were living again 3 days later. So I don't want to take any chances." You didn't like that one? I didn't like that one. Anyway, hard audience, I feel. So anyway, here we go again. So Janice from marketing. She gives me this stuff to read off at the end. So in case you don't know, like I alluded to earlier, there's this soul cleansing thing. We rebranded forgiveness as well as heaven. Of course, it's not Heaven Incorporated now, it's just Bliss. I'm in the HQ at the minute. So with forgiveness, we rebranded as soul cleansing. So if you want soul ablution, we've got the solution, apparently. Soul cleansing, to rid you of any guilt without leaving any nasty stains. Basically, that's that. And we've got advertising around that in a minute. Then we've got the dual soul discount thing. And that's basically where you ask to come into heaven when you pass on, and you get the assurance that your partner's going to join you, basically. So that's what happens there. And then there's the blessometer thingy. So we got the blessometer. So if you recommend a friend for this dual soul discount, you get a blessometer and they get a blessometer. And then there's the PEGS, which is peace, eternity, grace, and salvation. We've always got that on the go, haven't we? Yeah. Also, we've got the free gowns at the minute with the I Heart Bliss. There you go. It doesn't say I love bliss. It's got a heart on there. It says I heart bliss. It doesn't say love. If it wanted to say love, it should have said love, and it doesn't. So there we go. Anyway, I do feel that's all we have time for today. So don't forget to send any questions via fax, email, SMS, phone, prayer, whatever. Semaphore, camel, pigeon, you know, Morse code, any way really. We always get them. And then also, don't forget to like our Facebook page at Ask God, which is the tagline and username for that is at God and Bliss HQ. And then we've also got the YouTube channel. So don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're always very grateful for that. So peace be with you and take care. Until next time. Bye.
Yeah, I think that went rather well.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad at all, was it?